Okay, so let us begin our session by paying respect and homage to the Buddha. Let us recite Namo Tassa 3 times together. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. I pay my respect and homage to him, the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the fully enlightened Buddha. Okay, so today is a full moon day, exact full moon day, and in Sri Lanka we call it Il Poya. Poya means full moon day, full moon. So I think this day, Wednesday meditation, is happening on this exact full moon day, and it's in Buddhist countries. It's a holiday. It's a national holiday. People get to stay home and spend a day of spirituality. Like they all go to the temples and they observe the higher precepts, and they do meditation, they listen to Dhamma talks, they do chanting, and Dhamma talks delivered by different monks. So it's a day-long program. So we had this the same program here last Sunday, because we know that weekday is impossible, people have to work. So that's the very reason why we celebrate full moon day on a Sunday closer to the exact full moon day. So this time we celebrated last Sunday, and so since it's a full moon day and it is our weekly meditation day, I would like to talk about some spiritual events that took place on this full moon day. When we talk about the full moon day, full moon, I think our life should be like full moon. So we are practicing Dharma, we are practicing meditation to remove all the typical weaknesses we may have. Those weaknesses are called kleshas, or defilements. The defilements which defile our mind. When we observe full moon day, it is a day of the purification. So we practice meditation to purify our mind and heart. So enlightenment, awakening, or the spiritual bliss, happiness, all these are possible only through the purity of the mind. So our whole practice, even we monks living a monastic life, renouncing the world to purify our mind and heart. So especially this renunciation is called pabbaja, is based on this understanding, having the greater purpose, that is to remove all the typical human weaknesses we may have, and through that we purify our mind and heart. Through the purity of the mind and heart, we get closer to realization of our spiritual goal, which is the complete end of suffering. So even today, one student, high school student, came to interview me for the special project, and one of the questions he asked me, what is the purpose of this monastic life, and so do you think you have reached your spiritual goal? So I told him, well, we are practicing Dhamma, meditation every day, and we are trying to remove all the weaknesses, all the negativities as much as possible, and then we are making every effort to cultivate the positive qualities which help us to evolve, to get closer to realization of our spiritual goal. At least, maybe half inch we get closer to our goal through the practice. So, so this is the very reason why we are even observing the full moon days. So now this full moon day is called Il Poya. So this full moon day has some spiritually some specific the significance. So the very first one is, from this full moon day, we have completely marked the end of our monastic retreat called rain retreat, Vasana season. We officially ended it last full moon day, but then after that full moon day, till this full moon day, people offer the robes to the venerable monks. So it's called Katina Chivara, Katina robe. And that robe cannot be offered to the monks every day or all the time. It has to be done once a year. So all the Katina ceremonies, Katina programs have to be completed within this this month, like within the full moon day of last month and till the full moon day of this month. So that period is completely over now. So this full moon day marks the complete end of that rain season. And then the second significance of this full moon day is Buddha gave an advice to his disciples, the very first 60 disciples, enlightened disciples. And this advice is very important, and I think spiritually it empowers us, and also I believe even today, whatever we are doing is also because of this advice given by the Buddha to the very first 60 enlightened disciples. It's called Charita Bhikkhave Charika. So the monks, go your ways. So the wander, travel now. Bahujana hitaya, bahujana sukhaya. For the benefit of the many, for the happiness of the many. Lokanukampai, for the sympathy of the world. Attai hitai sukhai de manusanang, and for your own spiritual benefit, for your own happiness, and for the benefit and happiness of both the human beings and also the divine beings. So, I said, Ma ekina dwe agamitta, let not to go in the same direction. So, he's basically asking, you go in this way, you go in that way, right? You don't have to go in the same direction together. Go on different directions, different ways by yourself. So then they said the Bhikkhave Dhamma, the monks teach the Dharma. Teach the Dharma. Dharma has good qualities. It has its ultimate goodness. That is the Adi Kailanam, Majje Kailanam, Pariyosana Kailanam. This Dharma is good and wholesome at the beginning. This Dharma is good and wholesome in the middle. This Dharma is good and wholesome in the end. So, even when you start practicing Dharma now, it will be of immense benefit to you now. And also, in between, let's say maybe Adi Kailanam, beginning point, which means maybe at youthful, like when you're a child, maybe child or teenager. So we can start practicing Dharma at this point. And even at this point, if we begin the Dharma practice, it will be of immense benefit to us to become good human beings. And Majje Kailanam, let's say you missed practicing Dharma in your childhood or when you were a teenager, but then when you have become the middle age point of your life, even at that point you can undertake the practice of Dharma. And so you don't have to regret for a fact that, oh my goodness, I missed practicing Dharma when I was young. But now you can start practicing that. So even at this age, if you undertake the practice, it will be of immense benefit to you. And Pariyosana, let's say you missed the teen life, childhood, you practice Dharma during the childhood, middle age, but let's say at old age, maybe after 65. But I said most of the time people say, they don't have time, maybe because of the family life, because of the work, because of other commitments. People do have a lot of commitments. Like say, we monks also have a lot of commitments. We are always there for the people. But lay people like you have a lot of commitments. You have to work, you have to make a living, you have to take care of the family, and so you have no time to practice the Dharma. But then, after retirement maybe, like at the age of 65 in Canada, right? 65. So then, even at that point, Buddha says, if you can practice the Dharma, it will be of immense benefit to you. So Dharma is good for the beginning, middle, and the end. So, and then this Dharma is, once you practice it, as a parisuddhang, it will bring you purity. It will make you a pure person, brahmacharyang. You will live a noble life. And so Dharma, which brings purity, which brings noble quality, which has the power to end suffering, to liberate you. You teach that Dharma, you share that Dharma with others, others benefit. So then he says, Santi Satta Aparajak Jatika. So that means amongst there are people who have little dust in their eyes. So sometimes people could say, oh, can people understand this? This Dharma is very deep. Let's say, Four Noble Truths, let's say. The truth of suffering, the truth of the cause of suffering, the truth of the end of suffering, the truth of the path that leads to the end of suffering. So that's the Four Noble Truths. Four Noble Truths. Not all people could understand this. So, but then there are people whose eyes have less dust. I mean, if your eyes are full of dust, that means ignorance. You're not going to understand. But there are few people who can understand this. And teach Dhamma to them. And such people will understand this Dhamma. So even let's say I know for a fact that there are a lot of people who have been coming to our sessions, and there are people who have some interest, but they said this is so deep, we don't understand it. So what is the point of doing this Dharma practice? So, but once we keep teaching them Dharma, once we keep encouraging them to practice the Dharma, to do meditation, and bit by bit, step by step, they will be able to benefit from this Dharma practice. So the Buddha gave this advice to the very first 60 enlightened disciples. So, and those monks went into different directions, on different roads and by themselves. And they went into different directions as enlightened beings, beings who have accomplished their goal. So they had no other motives. Their only intention was to help people. They did so. Buddha said, monks go out with a heart full of love and compassion for the greater well-being of the many. So throughout the history of Buddhist teachings, so even during the time of the Buddha himself traveled from village to village, kingdom to kingdom, meeting people from all walks of life. Those days the society was different. those days the society has been classified into 4 categories. It's called the priestly class. They were the people, the priests, who had the highest privilege in the society. And then the warrior class, so those are the kings and ministers, and they also had a privileged life. And then the Vaishya class, those are the traders, business people, entrepreneurs. And these 3 categories of people had their privilege in the society. And the last one is the Shudra class. These are the low caste people. So they had no privilege at all. Basically, they were the servants. They had, so they served the families of the very first 3 categories of people: the priestly class, and the warrior class, and the business class. So Buddha saw the inequality in this. He said, I don't subscribe this class system or caste system. Dharma is for all. Meditation is for all. And so he established a different community, a special community. That community is called the Sangha. Sangha. Sangha simply means community. And there are 4 communities: Bhikkhu Sangha, Bhikkhuni Sangha, Upasaka Sangha, Upasika Sangha. Monks, community of the monks, community of the nuns, community of the laymen, community of the laywomen. So then, the Indian society, because of the caste system, this categorization, the low caste people had no privilege at all. They could not practice the Dharma taught by other people. So then the Buddha opened the door for everyone. And he said, Dharma can be practiced by anyone from anywhere, from any class, any village, any kingdom. You don't have to be a monk or nun to practice Dharma. Even as lay people, you can practice Dharma. Just because Buddha was Indian, it doesn't mean the Indian people only can practice the Dharma. He said, no, my Dharma is for all nations. So that's why Buddha even had taught this special meditation technique. It's called Metta Bhavana, loving kindness meditation. We monks do the chanting of this sutra every day. Even when we give the blessings to the people, we chant this sutra. It's called Karaniya Metta Sutta, the discourse on the universal goodwill. So, so in that sutra, Buddha especially mentions Ditta va yeva additta, visible or invisible. Yecha dure vasanta, with those who are living near, those who are living far away. Bhutava sambhavesiva, those beings in any category, any dimension. Sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta. May all sentient beings be happy, be safe, be free. And so, this is a lofty thought. So, Buddha understood the fact that sabbe satta sukha kamane bhutane. May all the all sentient beings desire happiness. So it's not just the beings who belong to the priestly class or the warrior class or the business or the trading class. Even the low caste people, they are human beings too. They also desire happiness. They like to be safe. So Buddha opened the door to this Sangha community. Anyone can become a monk. Anyone can become a nun. Anyone can become a disciple of the Buddha. Any man, any woman, anywhere. So with this in mind, Buddha actually walked. He traveled from village to village by himself, and he also encouraged all his disciples to do the same. And so for 45 years, Buddha did this service to the humanity and his disciples too. So the Dhamma mission that was started on this kind of full moon day, and that mission is still going on today in the 21st century. Even for me, it's very nice to see people like I, as a monk living in this part of the world for past 30 years, and I got the privilege of meeting people from all kinds of communities in different countries. Sometimes when I travel, people, see me, they also greet me, I greet them with a smile, and so sometimes we get into conversation. Even last weekend I was in Calgary, and my favorite place is Banff, and after landing in Calgary, from the airport, I ended up visiting Canmore and Banff. So even there, walking on the street, I saw people, they were greeting, and there were some people who got into conversation. So we got into this good conversation of mindfulness practice and Dharma practice, meditation practice, and some people were happy to see me there, and they were kind enough to come and greet me. So this is an amazing way to create an awareness of Dharma meditation where we go. So, and then after coming here, then yesterday we had a prayer breakfast organized by the Canadian black clergies and allies. So I was invited to make a speech, and so there were all kinds of people. Even being able to share a message of hope and light and kindness and compassion and mindfulness, and I think people feel good about it. So this is a very powerful Dharma practice we are doing, and this Dharma and meditation has the power to transform people. And so again, we are doing this for the greater benefit of the people, and because we are here now, because we have a temple and meditation center here in Mississauga, there are so many people who come here to learn about Dharma. And there are people who are going through personal struggles, and after learning Dharma, after being part of the meditation class, how their own personal problems are solved. Let's say if people are suffering from stress and anxiety, and through this Dharma and meditation practice, if people can gain relief from stress and anxieties, I think that is the power of Dharma and meditation practice. And we should keep doing this, Even in your case, you could also do the same. If you're experiencing benefits of meditation, and if you know someone that you in your friend circle going through tough time, maybe you could encourage them to try practicing meditation. And because the people are stuck in a kind of dark place, so Dharma is kind of light. So, and it sheds the light of wisdom. So it has the power to dispel the darkness, the negativity in their life. So I think this is what I'm doing. That's the very reason why I even gave up my academic life and decided to devote my life to this spiritual practice, to go in this direction. And sometimes people ask me, Bhante, do you regret giving up that academic life? I said, no. I may not be making money, but the joy I'm making doing this service is much greater than the money someone could make in academic life. But in my case, I'm very happy for being able to do this service. So anyways, so this mission we do now, it was the advice of the Buddha given on a full moon day like this. And then another important event that took place on this full moon day, it's called giving a prophecy to Buddha Maitreya. Like, now we have the Buddha Siddhartha Gautama. And so one day, of course, we know that everything is impermanent. Everything is changing. And so everything will disappear, including this Dharma. People, there will come a day people will not hear this kind of teachings. People will not be able to meditate or learn meditation, learn Dharma. But then there will manifest another being, it's called the Buddha Maitreya. He will rediscover the same teachings and he will do the same thing for the greater benefit of sentient beings. So that prophecy was given to Buddha Maitreya on a full moon day like today. So, and then the next one is very interesting. It's called Buddha's chief disciple. Buddha had chief disciples, and the foremost among his chief disciples is called Venerable Sariputta. He's a right-hand disciple. And so the Buddha said, among the disciples who are foremost in wisdom is my disciple Sariputta. Sariputta is the foremost disciple in wisdom. He's next to only to the Buddha. His wisdom was very sharp, he said. So this Venerable Sariputta actually passed away. He attained, we say passed away or died, but we say in the Buddhist way, he attained nirvana. He passed into nirvana on a day like today, the full moon day. So when we talk about the Venerable Sariputta, we can learn so much from him, especially good qualities. So he had this supreme wisdom called Panya, and he was given a kind of title. It's called Dhamma Senapati. Venerable Sariputta was the general of the Dhamma. So now, how so? His wisdom was very sharp. There are some sutras, dialogues, where we see if Buddha was tired of giving Dhamma talks, teaching Dhamma, and Buddha would invite Venerable Sariputta. The Sariputta, you continue. You give the Dhamma talk for me. So the Buddha, now even being like Buddha, trusting the disciple like that. So the Buddha had utmost trust in him. He knew Venerable Sariputta's knowledge about the Dharma. His wisdom was very deep and sharp. And he had the ability, let's say if Buddha delivered a short talk, let's say, maybe one or two phrases. So maybe in the audience, monks, nuns and other people, they may not understand it completely. So, these monks would go to Venerable Sariputta. He said, Venerable Sariputta, Buddha said this, we did not get anything from it. What is it? Then Venerable Sariputta would explain that in detail. And so to verify that, whether he taught the exact teachings that Buddha would teach, some disciples would go to the Buddha and say, Lord, after you left, Venerable Sariputta explained you this brief teaching in this way. So, this is what he said. Buddha would say, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, well done, excellent, excellent, excellent. If I were to explain this, I would explain in the same way. So, I think that's the very reason why he was given this special name, Dhamma Senapati, the general of the Dhamma. And then Venerable Sariputta also had this very unshakable patience. There were his patience plus forbearance and very humble. There were occasions when he would go on the road, in a house there could be some nasty people. One time a person beat him with his stick on his head. Venerable Sariputta said nothing. And then he went on his own way. And then that man realized the mistake he made, terrible bad karma he made. He said, please forgive me. Venerable Sariputta immediately forgave him. And then he moved on as if nothing happened, But whereas in our case, I think, if somebody did that to us, even yell at us, we would do the same thing. I think even today I saw in the news, how even the president of Mexico is trying to file a case against a man who kind of maybe verbally abused her. Right? So that means, people do these things like that. People behave like that. Even people would yell at others or hurt others out of ignorance, because avijja is the biggest enemy. But then, if you have wisdom, you're looking from the top, then you're not going to retaliate or take revenge. Yeah. So you understand the fact that with whatever intention they behave like this, they are responsible for their own actions, not me. So I think if we can have better understanding of the karma, I don't think we would behave like that. Plus, I think when you have wisdom, you always look at the situation from the top. Then you have better understanding. You know why. You know how people have all kinds of things. You know, they have their own mental images. Something happened to them. So if somebody is yelling at you or giving a hard time at workplace, you know, it could be your boss, but that boss could have something in mind, right? Maybe you're not fulfilling his or her wishes and now taking revenge, giving a hard time. Or something happened to the boss at home or in the past, so now he's basically reacting to those things. So that is not a problem. So Venerable Sariputta would always look at these situations with wisdom, with much patience. As a patience is a great spiritual quality to cultivate. And also humble. Venerable Sariputta could have shown his pride and superiority. But according to a lot of stories, we see Venerable Sariputta lived a very humble life. He did not even brag of his own position, his own knowledge, and he never tried to showcase that he's the most powerful person among the disciples. Because of that, some monks actually criticized him and to hurt him. And when it was complained to the Buddha, Buddha would summon all the monks, all the disciples. Then Buddha would say, Sariputta, is that true that you hurt this monk in this way? And then Venerable Sariputta, with the joint palm, would say, oh Lord, you know who I am. I never had such intention of doing anything. But you know, and I know, why this particular monk is behaving like that. And then after that, the monk who heard or criticized Venerable Sariputta would feel guilty and ask for forgiveness. And then immediately Venerable Sariputta would forgive that monk, you know. So sometimes, you know, let's say if it happens to the monks now, I will show you who I am, you know, I am the chief monk of this temple, I am so and so. And how they try to show off their own ego. But Venerable Sariputta never had such a... plus, even there was a monk who said, you know, he tried to correct this monk. Venerable Sariputta said, your robe is not right. Your robe is not equally worn. So immediately, Venerable Sariputta, you know, took the action to correct himself, to put the robe nicely. But he never, and then he also said, thank you. Even though very junior monk, very novice monk, he said, thank you for pointing that out to me. So, but in some case, other monks would say, oh, I'm the most, who are you to tell me this? But Venerable Sariputta never said, oh, okay, thank you for pointing out this to me. So immediately he took the action to correct himself. So those are the special qualities. One time he compared himself to the doormat, Like in the doormat, what's the purpose of doormat? To shake off the dust or any other kinds of bad things. So the Buddha said, Venerable Sariputta said, oh Buddha, I'm just like the doormat. It doesn't hurt me. But if people want to, dust off their own the garbage, that's okay. I tolerate that with an equanimity called upekha, because he also has this patience, tolerance. And another time he compared himself to the earth. People throw garbage into the earth, and at the same earth there are beautiful trees so full of fruits, and flowers. So when people throw garbage and people cultivate the beautiful garden, in my life, I also bear the same thing like that. So these are special qualities of the Venerable Sariputta. So Venerable Sariputta attained Nirvana, passed into Nirvana on a day like this full moon day. So these are some special spiritual events that I wanted to talk about as we are celebrating this full moon day. So now let us meditate for our own period. Yeah?
Bhante, you mentioned the part about the doormat.
Yeah.
So I guess in modern society, some people would say like you wouldn't want to be a doormat or stand up for yourself.
Yeah. I think, it's, I think maybe people think if you become like a doormat, they are taking it for granted. Mm-hmm. But in Venerable Sariputta's case, he is wise, and he's not going to, although people may abuse him, but then he's not going to let the same people abuse him over and over again. And he's going to correct them out of compassion. And because he understands why they are behaving like that, So basically he's not creating more suffering by giving emotional reaction. But sometimes when you stand up for yourself, you give the emotional reaction. Wait, what I'm going to do to you, wait a minute, wait a day or so. So Venerable Sariputta has removed that kind of ego and the conceit and pride. So he has already become free from suffering. So now he's acting like that because of his compassion and love for everyone. Yeah. But that is love and compassion, the simplicity, humbleness, these are strong qualities. They are going to make you the strongest person. Those who are giving emotional reaction, retaliating, taking it, these are typical weaknesses. They are pulling them down. Anyways, that is a good question to reflect on, actually. Yeah. Okay, so let us practice meditation now. Okay, so I would like all of you to assume a very nice and comfortable posture for good meditation. So whatever posture is good for you, feel free to assume that posture. But if you would like to meditate like the Buddha, feel free to assume a full lotus posture or half lotus posture or simply a general sitting posture. You may rest your hands on your lap, the right hand on the left one. And you may have your back straight, neither too rigid nor too loose. Now you may have your eyes closed. As you have closed your eyes, now be kind enough to give an invitation to your mind. Come to the present. With this invitation, allow yourself to become a turtle. Let the mind go inside the heart shell, the present moment, for safety and well-being. And that is the present moment. As you remain in the present moment, take a deep breath and let your whole body relax. Feel free to take another deep breath intentionally. Take a deep breath slowly through the nose. Hold the breath for a few seconds, then slowly let it out through the nose. Let the whole body and mind go into relaxation. Now kindly remind yourself, I'm practicing meditation not only to relax the body, to calm the mind, but also to purify my own mind for happiness, bliss, peace and joy. With this good intention in mind, see whether you can be grateful for this opportunity to practice meditation on a blessed day like full moon day with this mindful and kindful community. See whether you can appreciate the teachings you have received on this blessed full moon day. If you're feeling grateful, let your mind and heart get filled with the feelings of gratitude. Let such feelings of gratitude overflow and reach out to every part of your body. let your whole body and mind become a great embodiment of gratitude. Now make a determination, no matter what happens, I'm going to go from moment to moment, consciously, on purpose, and I'm going to meditate like the Buddha. With this determination, you can listen to the sound of the meditation bell and let yourself remain grounded in this moment. Now slowly and gently bring your full attention to the ingoing and outgoing breath. Keeping your mind in between the nose tip and upper lip. Let the mind watch and feel the breath going in, going out. Let it be the natural flow of the breath. Simply watch the breath with 100% attention and relax. Just breathe in, breathe out, mindfully and relax. And there is no rush. Take your time. Allow yourself to go slowly. Just like the turtle that keeps walking slowly and moving forward steadily. In the same way, allow yourself to breathe in and out slowly and steadily. And do so with 100% attention. Breathe in, breathe out, slowly and mindfully, and relax. As you keep breathing in and out slowly, at the same time see that you can breathe in and out with 100% silence. And allow your mind to become silent. Let the silent mind watch the breath. So breathe in, breathe out. Slowly, silently, and mindfully. And relax. You may slowly come out from meditation and feel free to stretch your legs and hands and remain relaxed. Okay, so I'm going to do a brief blessing chantings. To receive blessings, you may bring your palms to your heart. Bhavetu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sada sati bhavantu te. Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavena sada sati bhavantu te. Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba sanghanubhavena sada sati bhavantu te. By the power of the meditation, by the power of the noble triple gem, the Buddha, the Dhamma and the Sangha, may you all be well, happy and peaceful. May you all be free from all sufferings and pains. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May no problems come to you. Finally, may you all experience the happiness, the bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Alright, so that's it for today. I will see you on next Wednesday. So be well, good night.